we're sticking together. You're still with me. So this is the pump. This is not going to be a very long video because there's not really a lot to say. This is your transmission pump. It makes the pressure that everything works off of. And those splines mate to the torque converter, and it's just a bolt-in sort of thing. It's actually, I mean, it's serviceable, but most people don't service them. You just buy it remanufactured. Which you do with a lot of, not a lot, but several transmission things, because reman, in this case, this is all high-quality stuff and can be imminently rebuilt or eminently rebuilt, depending on your spelling preference. And I prefer rebuilds for some things because I know they've been tested, whereas when that's built new from the factory, they may never test it. They just put it in a van and they test it in the van. I don't want to be that kind of guinea pig. All right, torque converter's off, and that's, you can see what your pump looks like. Ring of bolts around there. You can see where it's leaking from the seal, I assume the input seal. Yeah, quite fresh fluid there.
Pieces of seal that I just scraped out of there. That's what that was.
Yeah.
There's no seal left. Look at there should be a whole angled piece it's not there.
Yep, no, I'm with you. But anyway, it's pretty simple. That bolts out and another one bolts in. But anyway, the pump goes in there and the fluid comes out of it, and the way it works inside, I suppose I could cut one apart to show you, but it's not that exciting. It's what's called a G rotor design, or a gear rotor. It's how can I explain this? It's like an offset chamber that moves around and makes pressure. It kind of works similar to how a Wankel engine works, where there's an eccentric piston or rotor, and it's rolling around in a planetary whatever. I'm just rattling off vocabulary terms at this point. Anyway, this is what's behind it in your transmission. That is what's behind your pump. And you can see, well, you can't really see much. That whole big circular assembly inside the main shaft, that is the whole transmission in there. And it comes out and it's got a million clutches. And who knows, it performs a magical function wherein speed goes in one side and it comes out the other at a different speed. Nobody knows how it works. You can also see, well, you can't really see much of anything. I suppose on the far left you can see the output for the passenger side axle and the fluid that has leaked from it. That round thing at 7 o'clock below it is the rear mount that a large bolt goes through. The transmission is supported by the engine from the bell housing side. It hung from the top of the thing from the driver's side shock tower, for lack of a better term, and there is also another mount in the rear that controls its, I suppose it would be its axial motion. But anyway, we're not here for that. We're here for the pump, man. That's a seal around the edge of it. And I mean, there's just not all that much to know. Those are the bolts that hold it in. Would look like that if you took the converter off, and you can see the ring of bolts around it. There is a hole. There is one hole in this that is blind, such that, but still threaded, and you use that to remove the pump. You can either attach a gear puller there, or you can thread one of those bolts in there, and it will push the pump out because it's just force sealed. It's just clamped down into that rope seal. It isn't a rope, but it's just a big washer kind of thing. Oh, the fat man is attaining a standing position. Okay, kids. Again, not very thrilling. I've learned something, and I hope you have too. We're going to be wrapping this up fairly soon, and then you will be like a quasi-transmission expert, unless everything I've told you is wrong, and then you'll look like an idiot. But that's on you. Promasters only, Barberton, Ohio. Very, 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 very busy. And I've been here 7 days a week for months, and I'm getting a little gamey, and I'm going to need a vacation sometime in the calendar year. So why don't everybody pick a month and not break anything? And that would be nice. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.